think I think it's a mixed year. I wouldn't say it's a great year, and I don't think anybody else would. But I think we've seen some good things happen in the business, and I think in an environment like this, you've got to make the most of what you've been able to do against the tide. So if you look at our radio business, 2 or 3 good things happened on it. One was that we were able to actually get some advantages out of the phase 3 regulation. So phase 3 is the policy has been announced, and what we've been able to do is actually put together some amount of capex and opex rationalization with that, and been able to build a more robust network. So over a period of time, we've been able to what we've been able to do is build content hubs to build some certain amount of excellence in the kind of quality of work that was getting done across the country. I think what's been good for the radio business is that over a period of time we've been able to build more and more 360-degree value using both our TV and radio platforms now in the regions together. So it's actually been equally good for radio and TV that we got into the regional television business, and we've been able to draw some serious amount of synergies, both in terms of marketing and promotion, and in terms of content, and in terms of the value we've been delivering to clients now in the regions. And we've been able to do some quite path-breaking work there. So both in UP, MP, Bihar, as well as in Punjab, we've been able to build radio and television content ideas that have done exceedingly well, both in terms of numbers and in terms of revenue and in terms of advertiser impact. And they go beyond the classic IP that we were creating over a period of time, which was we've done about 40-50 video across the country, regional events and celebrations and things like that, to picking up regional insights and building shows and content ideas around it. So we do something very interesting in Punjab, and we created something very interesting in Punjab, which was called the Big Boli Star. It's done exceedingly well. It is the #1 show in Punjabi entertainment television for the last 3 or 4 weeks that it went on air. It was an idea that actually played out on radio 3 months ahead of even television, and is now doing exceedingly well on television. We also in Punjab have created the first daily radio and TV show live together, where we do the top 20 show from radio live on television from the radio station, and it's actually quite a first on the ground. So it's obviously the synergies are far more with the regional space, and so radio and TV is working exceedingly well together for us, and we believe that regional audiences and regional advertisers like this bundle exceedingly well, and any idea gets created from a point of view of how it cannot get amplified, but can take a form and shape of a show in itself or content in itself on both the platforms. We did another very good platform for kids and mothers in UP, MP, Bihar called Big Bal Kalakar, which we just wrapped up, and we've just started another series called Big MxMIndia in MP, Bihar and Jharkhand, which gets over by the end of August. So a lot of these new ideas, which a lot of the classic FMCG clients who don't have engagement platforms for their brands on the ground and don't have a 360-degree amplified property, are getting exceedingly excited about. It also helps us build the brand, build the local connect, and build 360-degree engagement for the Big FM and Big Magic or Spark Punjabi brands in the region. I believe that India is not one India, right? And it's a mini continent. So I was reading this very interesting article in the Economic Times today about how every brand is now picking flavors or building variants for regions specifically, right? And that is true for media platforms too. And I think it's just the start of how regional television is developing. We've had some standard ones which is in the south because it's language agnostic, but even in the Hindi speaking belt, we've seen how Marathi and Bengali have done exceedingly well. We have our eyes very clearly set on the Punjab and the Hindi heartland space. And I think there will be opportunities that will come along over the next 12 to 18 months that we we have a firm belief in the regional space. We've seen that very clearly with our radio experience. There are advertisers who now want specific regions, want to boost their noise levels in regions. But even more so, there are consumers who have huge amount of parochial pride, who look for the local connect, who are looking for their own across the board, and they connect very differently with national entertainment and with regional entertainment. And it's not a classic advertiser network like Hindi GC or Hindi movies platform. We built it around the luxury badge, and so we have unique clients like Kimaya has done this whole show on I Love Style with us, which probably others wouldn't have. And we believe that because of the kind of content and the kind of positioning we build these channels around, it gives us that advantage. There is no women upper end channel actually in the country focused towards women. And we believe that Love has that unique position that is why a lot of these luxury kind of clients actually end up being on it. I think the English channels will tend to benefit very well, both in terms of availability and in terms of subscription revenue. I think channels like this are key to any platform's channel list, because if they want to drive ARPUs and if they want significant amount of premium on the English side, they need to have enough of these channels on their platform. And we believe that this is really the time for channels like this to be in the marketplace.
The bottom line,
I think it's changed largely already, and I think people understand that content is required, and any MSO who has to fill 500 channels, it's not going to find it easy to charge carriage and then get 500 channels around. Are there 500 channels who are willing to be paying carriage for it? No. And so you've got to understand that if you want to compete with the DTH operation and have an offering that is equal if not better, and if you want to retain customers or acquire new customers, and if you're going to be able to communicate their promise effectively, then you've got to have content on your side and content owners on your side. Good. It's a JV. They contribute a lot in terms of content, programming, marketing, promotion, and all of that. And they're very active. We've got 4 new shows coming from CBS this year, including Sherlock Holmes, and we're very excited about that. It will be the first on Indian television.